Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, we have full confirmation from Wargaming themselves that there's a lot more RNG in this game than we originally thought, fellas. I've been playing this game for 6-7 years now at this point. I know quite a few of you in the comment section, you've mentioned that you were beta testers or alpha testers and things like that. And well, we've been gambling a whole lot longer than we originally thought, fellas, because today Wargaming confirmed that module HP is completely random. In most cases, we're going to talk about what they said and how this might affect you in game. And well, I mean, it's been affecting us apparently for quite some time, apparently. But where did this all start? So, about 4 days ago at the time of recording, 5 days ago, my bad, a user by the name of Taro over on, I think that's how you say your name, my guy, posted on the Warships subreddit a post called "How Module HP is Determined. Torpedo Tubes Have Random HP." And I remember seeing this, I remember seeing how the module HP is determined title, but I don't remember seeing the second one. I guess I kind of just skimmed over it. It's getting to the end of the school year, so my brain has been worn to the smooth level at this point. But anyway, so in this article, or in this post, he talks about how he discovered that the modules are completely random in terms of their HP for your secondary guns, your AA guns, and your torpedo tubes. So what he did was he used a mod that displays the HP of your individual modules. And as you can see here on this, I believe this is what, a Clabert? No, it's a Marceau. So on this Marceau, you'll see that he's highlighted the torpedo tube HP. And this is just, at the beginning of a match, I'm assuming in a training room. He hasn't been shot at or anything yet. And look at it, the torpedo tube's HP. You can see that on one side of the ship, his torps have 589 HP, 821 HP, while on the other side of the ship, they have 2,188 and 1,601. And then in the bottom picture, another, I guess, load-in of the same match, you see that his torp tubes have, again, 1,000, 1,700, then 1,900, and 3,000 HP. Yeah. So that's something. Now, you can check out the article in full, the post in full. I'll link it in the description down below. I know Flamley made a video on it too, I think yesterday, on just this module. So you can check that out there. You want to watch Flamley's video, he does a pretty good breakdown of it, as I'm sure most of you have probably seen it already. So that's the first half of this story, this article, and then, of course, Flamley makes a video about it, which of course boosts its spread. So today, a little while ago, Wargaming came out and confirmed this because, it could just be something that's screwy with the mod, although he did also do some data mining to determine this as well. But, maybe he made a mistake, maybe, something was off, maybe it's a bug. But no, it's not a bug. Nothing was off. The mod's working correctly, and Taro was correct. Wargaming went and posted this. I'll throw this up on screen for y'all too. They state, some modules, torpedo tubes, AA mount, secondary battery, sonar, do have a randomization of HP in a certain range. Basically, they have a fixed value of HP plus or minus some random value in a certain range. The randomization is included in order for all such modules not to be destroyed simultaneously in a particular part of the ship. If there was no randomness in HP, constant firing in a certain part of the ship at first wouldn't have destroyed anything here. But then at a certain point, all AA mounts, secondary mounts, torpedo tubes would be destroyed simultaneously, which would have looked weird. Imagine having both of your torp tubes in the middle of the ship and suddenly losing them both. So randomization was added to make the module destruction more steady and prevent simultaneous destruction. My guy, have you ever played anything German with torpedoes? I guess their RNG is set incredibly low because you look at German torpedo tubes and they explode. Okay. So, this was actually sent to me first, this response from Wargaming. So, my first thoughts was, oh, okay, I can see, like, maybe, let's say the secondary mounts have 1,000 HP, and the plus or minus factor is, like, 500 HP. So like, you need a round of HE. Some of the turrets get destroyed, but some still stick around for whatever reason. Because, you know, in naval warfare, weird things happen. And in warfare in general, you know, physics are weird. Shells bounce around and do weird things. Shrapnel does weird things. You know, a piece of shrapnel can get lodged in a turret ring or in, you know, a hydraulic hose or something, and the turret gets knocked out. I can buy, you know, plus or minus 700 or like 1,000 HP, but double or triple the HP, and according to Taro, sometimes was it by a factor of 9? That's insane. He says it can differ 7 to 9 times in the worst/best case scenarios. That is crazy. Now, this, of course, completely calls into question the things like modules. Well, modules, obviously, but upgrades. What about all those secondary battery modules, upgrade modules that we put in to increase the survivability of the secondary turrets? Do they actually do anything? Are they worth dumping the credit value into it? Because, I mean, obviously if you are playing something like a German ship that's heavy secondary focused, you want your turrets to stay alive as possible. Now, granted, in my time with this game, I played it for 7 years. As most of you guys know, I love German battleships. Their secondaries do seem to survive. I mean, I've dumped the commander skills into them, I've dumped the modules into them, and more often than not, I'll get into really crappy situations, but the secondary turrets, for the most part, will hang in there. So, from my personal experience on that front, they seem to be doing something there. But obviously, now seeing this, even with that experience under my belt, I'm thinking, man, that's kind of, because obviously too, if you're a destroyer captain, you're going to want to build into your torpedo tubes. So you might take the torpedo health module and, you know, any other relevant modules or commander skills that will increase your torpedo tubes survivability. So yeah, is it really worth it? I would like Wargaming to give a bit more detailed explanation as to how this works rather than this little blurb here, because obviously, again, this could have a big impact on your build. Now, when it comes to main battery turrets, that's all fixed. I won't say it cannot be changed, but that's all fixed. So your main guns are okay. But, I mean, again, torpedo tubes for DDs are super important. Secondaries for German battleships, for the American secondary ships, or any secondary battleship, of course, in the game, is absolutely vital to your ship's health as well. Now, their logic of, we did this so if you eat a lot of HE or whatever in that area, you know, not all of your modules will get knocked out at once. I mean, it appears to be pretty one-sided, and again, this is just, you know, 2 examples that we have here, that we have on the post, because one side of his ship has 3-digit HP on the torpedo tubes in one picture, and then the second screenshot, he's got, obviously, again, a pretty heavily fortified torpedo tube there with his left rearmost torpedo tube. So, I mean, it also calls into question the strategy of, hey, I want to knock out his torpedo tubes before I joust him. I mean, a lot of times when I'm going in for a joust on another battleship, especially if it has torpedo tubes, I'll aim for the torp tubes and try to knock him out. Now, obviously, we're playing something like a battleship with battleship caliber guns, you know, having 3,000, you know, torp tube HP, that's not really that much HP, but the fact that, you know, that strategy can also be called into question, because, I mean, is it really worth it? Because he might have got lucky and got an RNG roll of 9,000 or whatever on that torpedo tube. I mean, I would obviously, and I still plan to keep doing that strategy, but I'm just kind of spitballing here, because this is really crazy information that we're getting now, well, confirmation of this as well. So, yeah, that's kind of nuts that after all these years, this is how it's been working. Now, we don't know if it's always been like this. The way they word their statement, they do say it was added in to ensure that not all of your modules in one area would get knocked out. So, was it added in beta, alpha, you know, 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, 8.0? When was it added in? I don't know. And they don't seem to be telling us at the moment. So, at the same time too, how many times have you viewers just been chilling, minding your own business, when a plucky British battleship from across the map slings some HE at you and completely rips off your secondaries and AA in the area where the HE shells hit? That still happens today, yeah. I mean, it's not that hard for me to be playing Conqueror, and I get like 10 or 12 AA mounts knocked out, or, 3 or 4 secondary mounts knocked out. In that case, I'd argue, well, this isn't really working that well now, is it? Of course, British HE is among the best HE in the game, especially British BB HE. Has a very large area of effect for the splash damage. I'm not sure if there's like a ripping aspect of HE, but if there is, the British HE seems to have a very, very good ripping characteristic, because it's so good at ripping AA guns and secondaries out of existence. Japanese HE2 is also fantastic for that, so yeah. Again, I'm not sure. The answer we get from Wargaming isn't really that detailed, and again, I would like to know more about it. And these are things that we should know as a player, as a player base, because again, it affects your build. Upgrade modules ain't cheap. When you get to the 5th and 6th slot, you're talking like close to $1 million and $1 million credits there for those last couple of upgrades. So that's, yeah, man, a lot more RNG than we thought in this game, fellas. I mean, it's kind of like, it is big news, but at the same time, we've been playing this game. Again, those of us that have been around for some time, for years now, so it's just been this way. We just never knew about it. So I don't think they're going to change anything, obviously, from this news finally getting out there. Why do they keep this hidden from everybody? I don't know. But yeah, if you want to check out the post, I'll link to that in the description down below. And in the post, there's a link to the mod if you want to try this out for yourself. So you can check that out as well. And I'll even link Flam's video down in the description down below if you want to check out his video, because again, he does a pretty good breakdown of this post. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about us having even more RNG in the game than we originally thought. It's been a week. And it's only Wednesday, well, Thursday when this goes up. So guys, let me know again what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, wonderful rest of your week, and hope to catch you guys in the next one.